With so many different type of trucks out there, have you been wondering which kind of truck will be right for you? Well, today I'm going to answer that question. All right, welcome back to my channel, So Truck and What. Thanks for coming back. To all my new people coming, please hit the subscribe button. Today I'm gonna answer the question of which type of truck to drive, especially when you first start. Now there's so many different choices out there. So first, I'm gonna give you the average salary for each kind of truck it is. Um, First is a dry van. A dry van is like the typical truck that most people are used to seeing. It's the big box, 53-foot long truck. Um, the average salary for a dry van driver right now is 53,000 a year. Um, you see, my next one would be flatbed. Flatbed is the truck that you see. It's like an open deck, and you see like a big piece of materials on the back of it. You see like chains or straps like holding the loads down. The average salary for that is 61,000 right now. Um, the next type of truck is a reefer refrigerator truck. Those type of trucks are the ones that carry things like grocery to grocery stores. Sometimes it carry like medicine to for pharmaceuticals and things like that. Some medicines require to be refrigerated. Sometimes they require heat. The average pay for those are 58,000 right now. All right. Containers is the type of truck that you see trains carrying. They typically you can have anything in a container. They have all kind of goods, whatever. It can be hazmat. I mean anything in those. But the average pay for that is 51,000 right now. The next one I have is a tanker truck. A tanker truck can carry anything from any kind of liquor, milk, orange juice. I mean, you can carry fuel, oil, um, a lot of different things. And to pay for those, I can tell you, it all depends on what type of material you carry. But right now, they're saying the average for tanker truck drivers between 39 and 81,000 a year. The next type of truck is a car hauler. Car hauler is the type of truck you see that carry cars, trucks. Sometimes you see other semi trucks carrying other semi trucks in the line. Um, they saying right now the average pay for those is 60 to 80,000 a year. Now I might not have covered all trucks because some of the trucks like heavy haul and stuff like that is kind of specialized, and a lot of times you can't get those jobs first starting out. They want you to have some kind of experience sometime to get those jobs. Now another thing about truck driving, if you know some people or you already typically sometimes people have some type of experience or they know somebody, like they have parents or anybody that work at a place that sometimes they can get past certain stuff and they'll start them off with whatever. But anyways, now with a dry vans are typically easy to haul materials. Dry vans is the ones that you back up to a dock, they load you up, you sometimes you put a load bar in there to secure the loads. You close the door, you drive to your next place, make it deliver. They take it out for you, close the doors, and you're done. That's typically pretty easy. You're not really touching any freight or anything like that. But that also depend. Like they have dry vans that do local work, and it's a lot of touch freight where you'll go, they'll load you up, but when you make your deliveries, you have to actually get on a lift gate, which is a thing that like goes up and down on the back of the truck, that you can put your loads on. You can you'll have to get the loads and take it inside the different places and stuff like that to make your deliveries. All right, with a flatbeds are ones that you have to do a lot of work with. Typically, you get loaded, but you have to know what type of thing to secure with. You can secure it with straps, you can secure it with chains. You got to know where to put the chains at, where you put the straps at, so the load won't move on you as you drive it down the road. Now, with my experience with flatbed, I kind of like it more because, like, with dry vans, sometimes they put loads on you that need securement, but you don't typically secure a lot of the stuff, and it can move on you. With flatbeds, you know your stuff secure because you the one that put the securements on there. And depending on what part of the country you live in, like I know down south, it's a lot of steel get moved, so you can end up getting a pretty good job doing flatbed down here. The next one is a reefer truck. Now, with my experience with reefer trucks, it was okay. I know a lot of the stuff that we carried was like heavy, and it I don't know, it just depends on the person, but I didn't like it because like the stuff was really heavy, so like it take a long time for you to get your loads where you needed to go. And I don't like feeling like when I'm making turns or whatever, you feel like the load kind of shifting on you and stuff. Like I really didn't like that. And then a lot of the places where I was doing my pickles at, it was like a long wait time. You had to wait there for like hours sometime or even a whole day to get your loads and stuff. Now that part went cool because, like I said on my other video, a lot of times while you wait, you don't get paid. Um, the other one is containers. Containers, I say out of all the trucks out and driven, now this is just my opinion because I know some people that think different than me. But in my opinion, I didn't like containers because I didn't get paid a whole lot on them. A lot of the loads were pretty heavy, and the wait time, like when you could go get a container, you had to go to the rail yard sometime, and sometimes the trailer is not loaded right onto your truck, so you have to wait on one of the people out there to get on the crane, move your trailer. Sometimes they take a real long time. Containers is usually like a local job too. If you local and you only have 11 hours to drive, 14 hours to work in a day, them taking all your time like that can be the difference of you making money because you could have did two loads when they might make it where you only could do one load, and that'll mess up your money for the whole week. So I didn't really like it because it just took too long. All right, tankers. It just all depends on what you're hauling with tankers, but with tankers, you have to be the type of person that really pay attention to what you're doing, pay attention to the detail, especially if you hauling fuel, oil, and stuff like that, because you have to do numbers on tankers. When you go to the load rack, you got to be able to look at how much of your tank gonna hold in each chamber, and you got to do the numbers and leave enough room in there, like say for fuel, you got to leave a gap for the vapors that's on your fuel. You got to know how to do the math on all that, and sometimes you might go to places that, say for instance, you might go to a place they might want regular gas, diesel, and some Supreme. So you have like all like maybe 4 to 6 different chambers in the tank. One might hold 2100, the other one might hold 1500, one might hold 500. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to separate all that because they what they do is give you numbers like, well, we got to give you 3,000 gallons of regular, then we gonna give you 300 gallons of diesel, and then they might have like 1,000 gallons of Supreme, but you got to know how to do the math to be able to separate them in the tanks on, being able to take them to the gas stations or wherever you got to go to. Now, I don't know, it might have changed now, but when I did tanker, um, the companies that I worked for, they didn't pay as much as I thought it was gonna pay. I think like to me, when you drive a tanker, it's just like you drive a big torpedo down the road. So I feel like if you're doing something dangerous like that, you should be getting top pay. Um, a lot of times when I made my deliveries, say for instance, if you go into like a certain name brand gas station and it's another one that might not be too far away from there, they might have you take a load that might have like enough fuel on there for both, like separated. So what they do is they don't pay you the whole amount for each one. They'll like do a split pay where they'll pay you a full pay for one, and then for the next one they'll only give you like a little bit more. And when I say a little bit more, sometimes I remember getting like $20 more. That's it. That's not a lot of money, and it didn't really pan out to be to me worth it because I made what a dry van basically would get paid to do something dangerous like that, and it wasn't really worth it to me. Um, but what I could say about all of this stuff is it depends on the person. Um, if you the type of person that like to move around, don't like to sit down, or you want to get out there and actually do something, flatbed to be perfect for you. Um, if you're the type of person that like to do math and pay attention to detail and like to, do numbers, always got to be on your head thinking, tanker will be good for you. Because you always watching to see what you're doing. You're always doing a lot of math or whatever. Um, if you type of person that like you really don't want to do any heavy duty type of work, you just want to drive, like see some scenery and like just get paid or basically just drive and make your deliveries, drive van to be perfect for you, and but it all, like I said, it all depends on you, what you want to do. A lot of a difference in pay too with these companies. It depends on if you local or you over the road. Typically, the over the road job pay more than a local job, but that's not always true because it depends on your experience. If you got experience, then you get a local job paying just as much as you would over the road, if not way more. And hey, it's up to you to make that decision on what you want to do, but just try to do your pros and cons and make the right decision. Um, Thanks for watching. You got any question, leave it in the comments. I answer you as soon as I can. Subscribe, like, be safe out there.